All right, we are closing in on the second set here. The Italian professional team has just gotten the point. Third set's about to start. Nice base spot. Kind of a cool facing one way, non-traditionally setting the back. All right, we're gonna get into the third set, so we're all tied at 1 apiece. Cheerleaders come back out. Players doing their thing. This game's in China again, by the way, just for you guys to know. This is the World Club Women's Championship 2019. All set up at 1 apiece. The Italian team did a pretty good job the first set of starting off, then kind of let up off the gas, didn't execute very well. The Turkish pro team kind of stepped up their game after having a terrible start, didn't execute anything on their side very efficiently. Did pretty well with their serve, got back in it, kind of stole game 1. Game 2, the Italian team pretty much led the whole time and played a pretty consistent game. They didn't really deviate from their first set. They just didn't really let up. And the Turkish team really couldn't turn back on that extra switch. It's difficult. It's very difficult to go from, I mean, they play at a very high level, so you want to play at a pretty decent level the whole time, and then you can peak into that high levels. But it's very difficult to go consistently from a poor level to a peak level to a poor. That's what you want to avoid. You want to play a pretty decent, obviously, consistent set, and then you peak into those top performance levels. It's pretty difficult to play at a peak level all the time, but you want to be playing your baseline level wants to be playing pretty well, which the Italian team, their baseline level is playing at an extremely consistent pace. They've made a few adjustments. They've gone with number 6 on the outside now instead of 17 for Italy. Not Italy, but the Italian pro team. And here we are, set 3. So my thoughts are Hill in the corner. They're going to continue to serve her. This rotation is row 2. So the Italian pro team has started off in their best rotation with Hill, their best outside attacker, their opposite over here with their best attacker, so they can pretty much spread it out. This is their best rotation, 2 and 3. So I'm pretty sure they're going to try some kind of pretty tough serve here. Try to get them out of system here because it's really difficult in system. So they've gone after the new server, the new player. Good transition attempt. That's tough. So they went after the new player that was in, got a poor pass out of her. I like this. She kind of was facing one way here, and then she kind of turns her body to be deceptive on the serve. It's pretty nice. So you have Boskovic here, who's 6'4". She doesn't do much of a swing block or anything crazy, but she's just a good, solid high blocker. She goes high because Kim Hill's just reaching at a medium high speed, medium velocity. When I say medium, I meant medium part of the court, big part. She's pretty much hitting this section high, so she reads it pretty well, so she goes high. Easy play. Again, kind of the same thing here. Hill's a great pin blocker. She's really reading where she is in space. She's reading kind of the three-dimensional space of where Boskovic is contacting the ball. And then you can see the hands have a lot of meaning here. Like they have a lot of direction. You can see the hands are really facing back in the court, so they're not a ricochet back. So it uses pretty nicely off her hands straight back. So good meaningful hands. And then you got this matchup here with Sun Jae-yoon, the Korean, on her, who hasn't stopped. I think her name's Igano. Hasn't stopped her all day, basically one-on-one. Even though she's 6'4", and she's getting over the net pretty well, the Italian opposite, Agunu, is going cross court with pretty much no regard for a block. Hitting pretty good angles. She's using the sideline, which is always good to use the sidelines. Not a lot of players use the sidelines. A lot of players hit like deep corners and use the end line deep, but using the actual sideline to the thing is also it's a little bit more difficult because you have to have an extreme more angle, but don't understand why that serve was there. Pretty poor off blocking defense. Good turn away. I mean, I don't know what that was. The Turkish libero, she's actually the national team libero, has pretty much this whole match proven that she's not a good target to serve at. Sometimes, there's Hill again, serving inside. Good pass, good execution. So again, we talk about serving strategy. For the live outside hitter, serve her inside, so she has to go in and then pull out. Good gap right in the middle. That's a good run play. Again, they run this gap go. They've run this a lot. They run Hill for the gap here, and then Hill for the outside, and then they have this play, this big long backside one-on-one, which has been unstoppable. So that's that's pretty much a gap go rotation for them. There's always this theory, kind of, I think, sometimes they serve libero because if you get in a passing rhythm at this level, say your outside hitter doesn't pass very well, but she's passing every single ball. She's passing every single ball, so she gets in a good rhythm. So you just kind of deviate it up a little bit and then go back to her. Not a whole lot, but this is basically where she jump serves anyways in this zone here. So I think she just grips and rips. She's not really avoiding the libero. She's just hitting it hard, but good way of bracing up, getting your feet set underneath it, getting behind it, and then absorbing the impact because it's a pretty hard serve. You don't have to fall down completely, but she has a very effective pass. Now, if you're going to run this outside here, inside set, I don't like coming inside so much already. Like, look how obvious this is. Before the ball's even set, she's out here. If she was out here and then did a big step close in, which I like. If you see Dante from Brazil, his old videos, if you watch Dante, he's probably the best at this I've ever seen. He is way outside the court and then flies laterally, kind of almost in perfectly. He doesn't even get away to it. This is giving it away way too early. This girl can see this. So this isn't fooling anybody. And it's less place for the middle to go. So if you don't line up, if you're not deceiving somebody, it's just bringing people back. So she kind of actually tries to turn it a little bit, but the setter sees that all the way. It was a good read by the setter. There you go, gap go. So again, they're going to try to run gap go as much as possible. They're shooting this ball all the way out, and it's going to either hit overload, and then either back. So they're running this play pretty effectively. That's a pretty great go. And Hill's she is an outside hitter, but she's pretty much a converted middle that's been playing outside for a long time now. But her set, she can hit these sets so well. That's an amazing hit. Look at that. She's basically just step closing to this ball as a middle. She's basically just hitting a really long three or a really long gap like this setter. It's just a longer one of that. It's a great hit. Let's run that full speed again. And that's pretty much from the highest levels you can run plays out. This is fantastic. Just perfect execution. And with a back row player like Aganu, the opposite here, she's even serving and she's hitting back row. She's still, you still have to respect that gap go in her. Good hit by Boscovich. She does stay very tall and she hits at a very high angle and she hits over the top line angle, so that's a pretty good set. She's probably, if not the highest paid player on the floor. So there's got to be some plays where she's unstoppable. Wow, good play. Kind of a broken play, just here you go. I like how she did a little hop step though. She really regained her balance on a bad set. It's not, yeah, it's a bad set obviously, but she's just trying to give it to her. So I like her. She's coming this way, but I like how she kind of readjusts her footwork here. There, that little hop right there. There to get back centered. It's pretty nice. Very nice little hop. She doesn't need much of a run up. She doesn't need much of an approach. She's a very strong player, so that's just bracing her into a good impact, and so she's hitting it high. It's a good play. I like that. So third set obviously is important. I had a old coach, Al Skates. This guy, he had always, he was a UCLA coach. He'd always say the third set's the most important because usually whoever wins the third set wins the match. Which I kind of tend to believe actually, because a lot of matches go 3 anyway, so that's you win the third, you win the match. Yeah, but if it's 1-1, a lot of matches end in 4, and that third team kind of gets that momentum going. So I do tend to believe that. Nice push. Kim's always, Korean offset. She's always she kind of is off balance a lot. She looks like she's off balance a lot, and that's kind of part of her game. It's a little bit part of her deception. Also, this opposite's not playing any defense really. She puts her hand up to tip and score before she even she just concedes that. It's not good. But she kind of has this like falling back kind of approach. Doesn't look super traditional, but since she's 6'4" and she's got a great arm and it's kind of part of her style. It's definitely deceptive. Her float serve's great. It didn't have any movement really though. Holy moly. All right, so if you're not going to play defense on the next play, on the play before, you better hit the next ball like this. So if you're not going to go for the ball and play defense, you better at least hit the ball this hard. So yeah, we got a slide, we got a go, we got the pipe. Classic misdirection, you're spreading out equally. This is a new strategy. This is pretty basic, but that is, wow. That's another level. That's top level. Yeah, if you're not going to play defense, you better hit the ball pretty hard. Good pass, nice center. I like the pass. Good base. She centers it right in the middle. Perfect. That's pretty much what you want to see. A little bit wide, but she's got it centered pretty well. Not bad. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Yeah. All right, the fight for game 3 is on here. Some heavy blows going. There's a lot of space back there. Interesting. Yeah, they're trying to go at her, but she's coming back. I still don't like how close it is inside like that. That's missing even that. That's you're missing this. That set should be there. Here's a normal set. Sorry. Here's a normal set. Here's an inside set. That's nothing. That's just missing your spot. Let's see. Yeah, she does this a lot. She's done this a lot. You can see that it's like I said, on the left side, she does the same thing. She tilts her back this way and hits this way. Right here, she tilts her back this way, hits this way. She is off balance looking. Good read. The middle blocker knows her, studied her, doesn't fall for it at all. Yeah. Good replay, good ricochet. I mean, good to be active. The middle blocker for the other team, just a nice reaction. Good. Wait till the last second. Nice. She does. That's her. That's her real big strength as a setter. Really holds it to the last second every set. Good fundamentals. Straight up back. You don't know where she's going to do with the ball. I like her a lot. She's a pretty good setter. Let's see this. Did she move her arms too early? Bounces off the right arm only. Can see a lot of space in there. She didn't shrug her shoulders very much. You can see that space even when she passes. There's that gap in between there. You got to really flatten out your arms. Take this foot, get this foot a little bit more in that direction. Again, so they served the libero like 4 times in a row. They had been serving Tatiana a lot. They'd been serving her a ton. And then they hadn't served her and they went right back at her. A little too high of a set. That was the only thing she could have really done. Back row should have probably gotten that. That was it was too high of a set. You should have been able to read that. Yeah, it's an interesting like fade play. They usually don't run hill very much on this back row play here. It's kind of a unique play. This might have been, they only run this like 2 or 3 times a match. This middle is hitting kind of a fade, and then she hits it here. So we're really getting pretty busy over here, and this really isn't an option. So they've kind of like forgotten about this part. This part doesn't count. And then they've like triple overloaded over here, kind of, I don't know, kind of risky. You have to sneak that, you have to make sure that this middle blocker jumps and then sneak that right through this like she did. That was pretty good execution, but if Boskovic makes a bigger step, she's going to get housed. Not a huge fan of that play. I'd rather have seen Hill hit a back a back pipe instead of a front pipe there. Especially with your opposite on the left there. She's just going over the top and she's been pretty destructive. And you have 6 for the Italian pro team over there, who's not really a threat on the right side. Yeah. So again, that Turkish libero's passing pretty perfectly. The only thing I could possibly think of is that they're serving her to get the other hitters out of rhythm, and then they're going to serve the other hitters later and serve Tatiana a ton at the end of this set. So let's see if that happens. Good reach. Classic 1 play. Perfect pass, classic 1, 1's up early. That play's been around since volleyball began, basically. All right, we got our 2 best passers here. We got our target here. Let's see what happens. A poor pass off the 10-foot line. See, she does this a lot. She's facing completely, body's going that way, and then she can get her arm at an extreme angle. See how sure still its momentum's going that way. Hill does a good job of giving up. Good reach to the middle. Middle really reaches over the net at her. She's contacting the ball like it's just basically she's putting her hand in her hand. They both jump the same, so Boskovic got a score, yeah. Yeah, Boscovic's got to score that. Nice. All right, tough row 3 for Italian pro team here. Cagliano. I keep remembering these names like halfway through the video. Hill inside set pass. Too low. She got it. So she got a kill off basically not a good play. So she's basically scoring anytime she wants to, even if it's not great. They've really gone at this serve where the outside hitter has to pass here and then go back out. I do like that a lot, actually. Here comes a jump serve here. Oh, really nice. Really nice. There you go. There's Kim again. Really nice deception on the jump serve. She hasn't served down the line at all. But here again, here's the hitter. You can see she floats out to the left and then hits cross court. These girls are right up in our really good use of three-dimensional playing with the ball hand, contacting the ball at a high point, getting the touch, easiest play ever. Nice little bump go. Boscovic's got to score this. Boscovic's got to score almost every single time right now. Nice little tap down. See, the hole just didn't really need to do much, but tapped it. Wow, they called a lift. That's really interesting. Usually they don't call lifts. You can see the hand is contacting in front of her head. So there's contact. There's no contact. There's contact. So the arm is definitely in front of the head. The arm is in front of the head. They usually don't call lifts on that. Only if the arm is behind the head. They usually call lifts. She contacts it there in front. And it wasn't a throw. They called a lift. They didn't call a throw. That's an odd call. Yeah, this coach. This coach. What are you talking about? Love it. Yeah, I don't think it's a throw. I would disagree with that play. This is for the World Championship here. Boskovic has got to really light up. She's kind of gone stale a little bit. If I was the coach, I would definitely be, yeah, I would be asking the ref a little bit more, trying to pause Boskovic just a little bit, not for getting the point back, but pausing Boskovic on her serve. Wow, that's a good serve. Great pass. Oh, fantastic dig. Quick. Good play. Pipe go. That's all. That's just a really fantastic play. I'd rewind that if I were you, just to watch it in general. I'm going to keep going here, but that was a fantastic play all around. Good serve, good pass, good hit, good dig, everything. That was top level. That's that curve. A good pass again. You got to start digging something eventually. But she aims deep this time. She's got a pretty good range, you know what I mean? She's hit straight down some, she's hit deep ones. That's a pretty good hit. That's a very disciplined attack. Utilizing the full court range. If you ever hit in this corner like that range, I mean, you're never going to get stopped. Plus at that level that she's hitting at the height, even if you didn't hit that height, even if you just were a normal player and hit at a very low height, just with the tape, even hitting deep like that's going to be effective, so. She's playing a pretty middle back linebacker kind of floating position. There's not really, she's playing kind of like the men do, where they kind of have to play this way and this way, and they're kind of just playing like a free safety position. But she's pretty wide. She's pretty wide, no step. This ball is slowed down pretty significantly. This is a pretty good block here. Yeah, it's not. That's not the greatest play, but she has been actually playing pretty good defense when she's in left front. That off blocker defense, she digs pretty well, but middle back is. You'd ideally need your middle back to dig that ball. Fantastic serve. Before, she served it right down the line, didn't have much movement on it, so it was a good serve. It was a bullet to 6, and she passed it pretty well. This time she goes up and then hangs and then kind of crosses it to Hill, which you want to serve Hill as much as possible here. Nice loose arms. Come on. Nice loose arms by Hill, kind of just not letting it get behind her. I'm sure she's thinking to herself, thank God I didn't break my hands too early. Low set. Nice forward collapse. Really beautiful there. But I mean, Boskovic in transition is the player. You've set Boskovic your whole career and the player. Run the quick back here. And then gets blocked. Missed communication, missed timing. Gotta be sharper than this at this point in the match. Game 3, right? Game 3, a lot of plays are being, teams have kind of gotten used to each other. Teams have figured out each other's tendencies, not just watching film, but now they've seen it live for 2 sets. They're pretty much in tap. Let's see if they serve over here. No, serving a seam, which is good. Good dig. That was the same kind of play. Way to be ready. Even look at the defense by the middle blocker. Not even she'll serve, so the libero's not in. But her volleyball awareness, knowing the setter's front row, just easy pickup. She's kind of facing this direction here. I don't like that so much. I'd rather get this foot kind of out that way and her body facing this way. But again, really, I mean, she hit the ball there. You can see how much line she is. You can see how high she is. You can see how hard she's hitting, but she still hits it there. So again, that's 2 shots in a row that she's gone super disciplined, perfect technique volleyball, perfect location volleyball. She's hit that last one, hit right there in the corner. This one hit right there in the corner. Both back row attacks. That's pretty impressive. Again, this Italian team is playing, Cogliano is playing extremely steady this whole match. There hasn't been any super letdowns of play here. Been very impressed with their consistency. I mean, even their bad plays aren't bad plays. Their bad plays are just not executing enough or playing it kind of safer. I mean, that's not even that much. They're playing at a pretty high level the whole game. Good. Tatiana's up there. You got to dig that, though. Good tip. She's coming in freight train, but she gives it away really early. Look how early she's giving this ball away. She's okay. Tip. She's not loading her arm at all. Tip, 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 tip. Nothing about this says hit at all. And all of these players are standing up. You know she's not going to dig, but it's not like she was loading up and then all of a sudden hit. She's there. You can already see her arm saying tip. No. No. No, 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 no. Don't like that. Oh, we got middle here. Let's run a slide here. No. Battle at the net, kind of just a over. Joust attack, so you got kind of some chaos balls going. This kind of just different phases, just a kind of a chaos game for a second there. And then Boskovic, again, a rare foot fault, so she's not playing her top level. This game is not going well for Eskabarishki. Good reach outside of her body, jeez. Look at this reach, Jesus. I'm not a big fan of this. I'm not a big fan of this kind of blocking and then not over the net. She should just be freaking flying over the net as far as possible, grabbing the ball. Yeah, I don't like the YMCA block here and how close she gets there. She should just be over. But look at this. And then turning and that is fantastic. Jeez. Yeah, coach likes it. Yeah, that is fantastic play. Got footwork. Hop, side hop. That is unreal. Love that. That's her main. That's her main bread and butter. There was a good base and then a high cross court. That was still low. That last block she got. That was freaking bring up there and aggressive. That was a much more aggressive high swing with some heat. Yeah, see, that's why I didn't like the previous play when they ran Hill right here. I still don't know why they do that. Because you have this on the outside, you have a pure over-the-top hitter, so it doesn't matter what happens over here. It doesn't matter what you do over here. You're setting the ball over the top. It's not a deceptive set. It's just she's more athletic than you. Here you go. So I don't know why they're overloading her, because that middle just comes in that area anyways. Anyways, she's gonna do that. So you can see the difference right now in the opposites. Boscovich not playing her standard, getting slowed down a lot, really being controlled. The other opposite is completely playing at a different level. Don't take a hop step and be falling back on your heels here. I know that drop, but most float serves drop on you, so she completely jumped from this plane to that plane. She jumped backwards. It's kind of interesting. Again, Hill, fantastic blocker. Let's see her feet too there. She sees the ball. Oops. She sees the ball quick, then she launches onto her attacker very quickly. See all the eyes? Look at the eyes. Wow, that's a great press. This is what I'm talking about with great press. Like, this is pressing over the net far. Like, she is over the net so far. She's vertically pressing on the other side of the court extremely well. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. She is really like her blocking. Really like her hitting. I really like her blocking. I really like her front row off blocker defense. Back row, middle back could be okay. Passing is medium. Serve is pretty good. Yeah, she's definitely a top level player. So I mean, she's performing at a pretty high level too right now. So she's outperforming the other outside hitters for Escoboski, and the opposite is outperforming Boscovich, and the setter is just on a whole other level better than the setter right here for Escoboski. So liberos are both pretty good. Boscovich, nice. I don't know what she's doing there. One hop, two hop. Right through her arms. I mean, if you didn't, it's a field goal, but if you didn't do that first, I've seen middle blockers do this. They make a V and then they close it up, but they do it so much faster and it's a really quick play. She's really late in doing this, so it goes field goal and then she closes her hands, which you don't want to see this. This is actually a very Italian thing. I've seen a lot. When I met the Italians, I met Mastrangelo, Alessandro Fei, a couple of other middles, Gianni. The males I've seen do this, but they don't do it on the pin. They do it in the middle. And I'm not sure about the dance. That's kind of funny. But yeah, the field goal. Man, she's talking to coach here. Yeah, coming together. It's trying to trap the player. It's showing if she had closed it up a lot earlier, and she hadn't completely reached together like a 2x4, she probably would have gotten it. At this level, you're like tricking hitters. I can go into blocking for a long time on different aspects, but nice set. She's playing at unstoppable level. Game 3 is her level. It's her game here. She's really taking over the match. Just a nice high hands hit. Waiting to see the hands and then not swinging too early, but letting the ball develop over her head there. So she let the ball get into her hitting shoulder, let the block set up, and then just off the top of the hands when everything was set up. It's pretty nice vision. Boscovich, too high. Good. She's good. I like how she's keeping it high at least right now. She's kind of playing it safe. She's not hitting down at any angles because she's kind of playing it medium safe, but at least she's hitting it pretty high and hard. That set, I love that set to Kim Hill. That's just like a really fast go set, but she's 6'4" and has a good vision and good torque turn on that and a high arm. That ball is being hit over them at that speed. That's really tough to stop. You have this player who can hit at that speed and that height. That's a difference. So you want to go speed and height. Again, you see outside hitter here. You see she does this fadeaway. Even though she's got a ton of line, she rocks her back sideways and then hits. You can see it. Look at this. This is her MO. If you haven't seen this already, if you haven't noticed this already, you're missing a lot. And she's getting pulled. Well, yeah, I think the coach is like telling her like, hey, you got a lot of line there. I mean, you got a lot of line there. And there's one of your $1 million players out of the game. Here comes the serve. That's pretty much the only bad thing she's done the whole set. She's played pretty much fantastic, except for a little bit of blocking, but her attacking is just, she's scored probably six points on a really important points. Great pass. She's over, no? Holy heck, that was amazing. Yeah, this is her set. Yeah, so I like I said, like when she was on the outside here, when she's hitting the outside set, I'd like to see Kim hit this back set. So you're on the slide, and then Kim here, and then the outside to the opposite. But no, she's good. Wow, look at this. She's clearly behind the line. Her arm's loaded pretty high quickly. She's got a really loose arm, so she can kind of load this way. She's got a good elasticity. Kush. Good luck digging. Went off her knee. She can't even get her hands out there in time. Boom. Douche. That is ridiculous. Douche. One more time for effects. Douche. That's fantastic. Yeah, she's playing like the best player in the world. She is one of the top players in the world, but I mean, she's like really taking control of this right now. What's going on? Is there a challenge? There is a challenge. I think they are challenging her foot fault, which I thought at first, but clearly you could see from the replay she wasn't, and yeah, she didn't foot fault. Look at that. Amazing. This game, she's just played unreal. Good serve. Good pass. Good block. Okay. Those are the new players. Her coach is telling her hit line. She's saying, oh, well, the last player that we took you out for isn't hitting line, so all she can think about probably is hitting line. And with that fast of a set and not having her arms super warmed up and not playing in the game, she lets the ball get over her head. That's super common. She came off the bench, hadn't played. She's trying to hit line the whole time. All right, let's go sub the middle just to try something new. Trying to do anything to stop some kind of rhythm here. Get players in rhythm. This game's over pretty much. Game 3 has been dominated by the Italian club. Good swing by Boskovic. The middle thought she was going to go. You can see the middle dip. She thought Boskovic does do this a lot. So she dipped in there and Boskovic just stayed straight. I'd like to know if Boskovic saw that. I believe she saw that she saw the middle moving her arms a little bit, dipping. So she stayed straight. That was a good, I believe that she saw that reaction and made a counter reaction. Again, inside set to go outside. Good block. She got to kill those balls. Over-rotated. So if you're coming this way and you want to hit this way, it's really difficult to not over-rotate your arm sideways. She knows. That's a really difficult play to pull off too, though. But if you're going to make a hitting mistake, might as well be at the end of the set when you've already gotten 8 points and your team's going to win already. So not a bad play. Coming up set point, game 3. Cagliona. Nice placement jump serve. Good eye. Boscovich is getting her points right now here a little bit, a couple points. She's gotten 3 points in a row. She had that high flat kill, that pipe kill, and then that other tip right there, pipe kill, but she's still, her presence isn't that big. Yes, that's a very quick tempo fast one. Classic. Up fast, hit fast. Great play. That's the way you do it. That is the way you do it. So set 3 in the books. Oh, different cheerleader outfits.